time. Just want to introduce the referees for the Canadian Long Track Championships this evening. There are 7 of them, believe it or not. 7 of them. Chief Referee Rick Hunt, along with Moika Stoffel, Travis Boyd, who will be off to the Olympics, Mark McGee, Rona Hathaway, Werner Meyer, and Dave Thompson. 7 referees that'll be positioned throughout the oval, watching every aspect of the race live. As far as the starters, we have Chief Starter Mark Poulin, and he'll be starting for the men, and for the assistant starter, Kim Fraunberger. And she'll be starting the women's. Brad Bates will play the assistant role. 3 minutes to showtime. Two minutes to showtime. 2 minutes to the start of the Canadian Long Track Championships. In case you're wondering what that song was, you're right. 2001 Space Odyssey. Love to kick off every meet with that because it sounds like something great's about to happen. That's the kind of music it is, and it is. Tonight, we're going to see some fast skating. Knives on boots, some of the longest, some of the best long track speed skaters in Canada right here tonight. I've been reminded to ask you, given the COVID-19 rules at the University of Calgary and the Oval, could you please keep your masks on throughout the facility when you're here at every opportunity? Thank you very much. 1 minute to start time.
Your voice is coming back in the window. It's just a big echo.
There's 10 pairs in the 500-meter women's race. In the first pair, 1 skater only in the inner lane. Please say hello to Ariana Fournier from Quebec. And the bell lap goes off, obviously, after the first 100 meters. The split time for Ariana of the 100 meters is 11.73. That, of course, will be the time to beat as she heads down the back stretch. Single skater only in this pairing. If she comes down the back stretch through turn number 4, let's give her a big round of applause to be the second skater beside her in this first 500 meters. Ariana completes her time at 42.08, the time to beat in pairing number 1. In the second pairing, in the inner lane, from Alberta, Victoria Goplin. And in the outer lane, from Saskatchewan, Mila Reben. There's Goplin with the 100-meter split at 11.59. Reben in at 11.83 as they head down the back stretch. Goplin down the back stretch. She's going to cross her time at a 41.08. Reben in at 43.28. 41.08 is the time to beat. In the third pairing, in the inner lane from Manitoba, Sophia Bieber. And in the outer lane from Quebec, Emmanuel Cote. Bieber's 100-meter clip is 11.32. Cote in at 11.56 as they now head down the straightaway. Cote will try to catch off the draft of Bieber as they cross over the lanes heading into turn number 3. Hello to those that are watching on the YouTube from literally all over the world on the YouTube feed. Thanks to John Little and his squad here at the Calgary Oval. Here they come on the final straightaway. It's going to be close. Cote crosses the line at 41.29. Sophia Bieber in at 41.46. In the fourth pairing of 10 pairings, in the inside lane from Alberta, Laura Hall and Anna Bourgeois. All right, Bourgeois clocks in her 100 meters at 11.5. Laura Hall in at 11.96. It's around the second of 4 turns. Hall now crossing over to the outer lane. Bourgeois is going to want to catch some of the draft as they round turn number 3, then 4, then into the straightaway. Bourgeois is going to cross the line. 8 and 41.68 for Laura Hall. I'll get a lineup on personal best at some point and let everybody know. We're now into the 5th of the 10 pairings. In the inside lane from Alberta, He Wang Son. And in the outer lane from Quebec, Gabrielle Jelinek. Okay, we got a good clean start here. And He Wang Son crosses her 100 meters at 11.26. Gabrielle Jelinek at 11.31. So far, Son is in with the fastest 100-meter time. We've had good clean start so far. That's what the racers want, of course, and that's what the starters want. Everybody wants that as they round to turn number 4. Here they come on the straightaway. Crossing the 500 meters first is Gabriel Jelinek at a 40.13 time and Song In at 40.61. The sixth pairing of 10 in the inside lane from and also from Quebec. In the outer lane, Rose Lalaborte Roy. We have a false start, something the starters didn't like, and we'll redo it. All right, we got the Battle of Quebec going. Lalaborte Roy with the fastest 100-meter time so far at 10.98. Juno Wynn clocks in at 11:48. No doubt these skaters are friends and competitors. We have six female skaters from Quebec here at the Canadian Long Track Championships. Welcome. They've rounded the turn. Here comes Lalaborte Roy, and she's going to cross in at 39.46. Not sure if it's a PB, but by the sounds of it, it might be. Juno clocks in at 40 so far. In pairing number 7. In pairing number 7 in the inside lane from Manitoba, Alexa Scott. And in the outer lane from British Columbia, Carolina Hiller. Once again, something the starters didn't like. Okay, we're off and running in the 7th pairing, Carolina Hiller and Alexa Scott. Hiller posts the fastest 100-meter time so far of this afternoon. Alexa Scott right in there at 11.17. Hiller in at 10.62. Scott in at 11.17. Move through the afternoon. Now they come rounding the turn. On the straightaway, here comes Hiller. Her blade's going to cross over first, and she does so at a time of 38.91. Alexa Scott in at 39.32. I'm hearing the crowd clap, so there must be a PB in there somewhere. Great race, ladies. We're now into the 8th pairing. In the inside lane, from Quebec, Beatrice Lamarche. And in the outer lane, from British Columbia, Abigail McCluskey. Looks like two evenly matched skaters. Lamarche crosses the first 100 meters at 11.01. McCluskey in at 11.24. They look like they're flying down the straightaway from my vantage point up here in the timing booth as they enter into turn number 3. Here comes Lamarche. She's going to cross the line first. Beatrice Lamarche crosses the line at 38.97. Abigail McCluskey in at 39.43. Two pairings to go in the 500-meter Canadian Long Track Championship women's races. The 9th pairing in the inside lane from Alberta, Madison Pearman. And in the outside lane, also from Alberta, Kaylin Irvine. And we'll do it again. Okay, we got Madison Pearman in the inside lane, Kaylin Irvine in the outer lane to start. They'll switch over throughout the race. Irvine with a 100-meter time at 10.58. Madison Pearman in at 10.93. Carolina Hiller is the time to beat at 38.91. 38.91. Come down the straightaway. Irvine will cross first, and she'll do so with a time of 37.94. 37.94 with the time to beat. Madison Pearman in at 38.81. Those are the top two times, Irvine and Pearman. This is 500-meter women's Canadian Long Track Championships. In the inside lane. In the inside lane from Saskatchewan, say hello to Marcia Hudi. And in the outer lane from Alberta, Brooklyn McDougall. Marcia Hootie in the inside lane with the white armband. Brooklyn McDougall in the outer lane with the red armband. Marcia Hootie clocks in a top 100-meter time of 10.24. That is the best so far this afternoon. Let's see if it holds. McDougall's 100 meters at 10.65. They're rounding turn number 3 into 4, and down the straightaway we go. This is going to be a tight race here. This is going to be very, very close. And ladies and gentlemen, 37.85 for Marcia Hootie and 37.85 for Brooklyn McDougall. Ladies and gentlemen, that's a top. Sometimes on the 100-meter split, but never at a race. Ladies, congratulations. Hootie and Brooklyn McDougall at 37.85. Kaylin Irvine in at 37.93, followed by Madison Perriman at 38.81. Carolina Hiller at 38.91. So those are the top 5 race times. So here's what's going to happen. That was 10 pairings. Let's give them a round of applause. Give them a round of applause. There's your top racers. There's your top 500-meter women's racers. Congratulations, Marcia Hootie and Brooklyn McDougall. There's 10 pairings, 19 skaters. In the women's, we're going to take a break and we're going to have an ice resurfacing. After the ice resurfacing, we're going to do a medal presentation for the top 3 skaters. That presentation will be made by Rona Hathaway, local Canadian referee. So unless I'm told something different, I believe the Zambonis will be coming on the ice. So what I should do is give the Zamboni a little encouragement with the Zamboni song. Well, let's say hello to everybody that's joined the YouTube feed. It was sorry for the background sound up here in the timing booth, whether it be a chair rolling or me breathing or something. So we'll be more mindful of that going forward. But the YouTube feed is for family and friends all around the world who are supporting the speed skaters. And you're watching the best in Canada in the long track championships here in the Calgary Oval. So there'll be some personal bests and some season bests, and once I get all that information, we'll be able to share that with you as the afternoon unfolds and throughout the next 5 days, actually, because this is day 1 of 5. The Canadian Long Track Championships are here right now, today and tomorrow, which are evening races, and then they'll be scattered throughout the Oval Invitational. The Oval Invitational is a 3-day meet that starts on Friday. So resurfacing, I believe we'll be back up and running at 4:45. At 4:45 is when we'll start the men's 500 races, unless I'm told differently.
I look at myself as someone that probably shouldn't have made it. 5'8" Filipino kid from the south of Calgary that started playing hockey with the dreams of going to the NHL, and it didn't pan out. So I switched to long track. I just kept at it and eventually found myself at the Olympic Games. Choosing generosity isn't easy. Generosity is then a challenge. And in your moment, thinking back, was it a time when you challenged yourself to concede your individual ambitions? Maybe it was the right thing to do, maybe it was the wrong thing to do. You know, in my moment, obviously what Denny was able to accomplish made it feel right. It's in embracing that dilemma, embracing generosity, and owning the outcome, whatever it may be. You know, after those Olympics, you know, it's kind of a blur. After Denny crossed the line, we saw his name on the board as second place. I remember just like looking down, being like, is this real life? I feel like I'm in a Disney movie right now, and there was a bunch of our staff around me, and they're giving me pats on the back. And you know, I immediately, the first thing I wanted to do was get out of there and find my own space, because it was Denny's moment. They should be celebrating Denny. Took a step back and maybe realized that selflessness can benefit you in a way. You know, the difficulty kind of lies in, you want to be on the ice, you want to be the one racing for your country, and looking at it from our team perspective on what we want to accomplish as a team, that made the decision to give my spot to Denny so easy. I really want to represent Canada in the best way, and whether I was on the ice or not on the ice, it was more about the team and not about recognition at all. I'm trying to be involved in the community as much as possible. Again, I think that's something I really believe in, and one of the things that inspired me to try to go to the Olympics is try to inspire the young ones to, you know, follow their dreams and follow their passion, to fully pursue whatever they want to. I've seen firsthand what that impact can do. So, you know, whether it's getting up to schools, just doing talks on, you know, how to goal set. It's hard sometimes with how busy our training schedule and our travel schedule is, but I think it means so much to someone when you take time out of your day to just, you know, drop a little bit of wisdom, or just to give them a pat on the back and tell them to keep going. You know, it just creates this unique connection. It's really special. I think that's what athletes have the power to do, is really inspire a generation to keep going. I think a lot of athletes, they can be vulnerable and show the troubles that they've had in their life, and you know, how they've gone past it to have success. A lot of different things, whether it is medals or overcoming any adversity that they've gone through. I think looking back, I am an example to the young skaters to learn from my mistakes so they don't make the same things I do. And you know, I've learned from the skaters older than me, and that goes across all sports. You know, it takes the village to raise one person, and I wouldn't have been able to get there without my teammates. I think it's a really awesome privilege that speed skating's given me.
I got here, and right away there was this belief in me that I didn't expect. I knew that if I did everything perfect, I was gonna win that race. And then I just did it. It's unbelievable, you're Olympic champion. I always believed that I could do it, and that I could be a champion. When I was 27, I decided to go on a new adventure. My dad was born in Canada. So I booked the ticket and just went for it, and went all in. Well, I'm really happy. I knew I was gonna like it here.
Yeah, we met each other on Tinder. It's actually our wedding invitation. Is that your actual conversation?
When I first moved here, it was just me, and I actually didn't know my wife for that long. Almost a year later, she moved here too.